students, so here we are with the question 4th of the exercise 3.7 for the chapter pair of linear equations in two variables. So the question 4th is the students of a class are made to stand in rows. If 3 students are extra in a row, there would be 1 row less. If 3 students are less in a row, there would be 2 rows more. Find the number of students in the class. So after reading this problem, what we get to know is that in this very problem, some predefined arrangement has been assumed. And on that pre-assumed arrangement, the conditions have been applied. What are those conditions? That if we add 3 students in each row, then the number of rows which was earlier would be 1 less. That is, suppose if it's y, then now it will be y minus 1. And the second type of arrangement is if 3 students are less in a row, there would be 2 rows more. That is, if we decrease the number of students in each row by number 3, then the total number of rows that was predefined, that is, which was assumed to be, will be 2 more than the earlier one. So this was being asked in the question. And also it's been given that find the number of students in a class. That is, we need to find how many number of students are there in the class whose arrangements we are defining over here. Okay, now before doing this question, let us get to know about this problem clearly. Suppose there are 12 students in a class. And as we know, the number 12 can be written as 2 into 6. 3 into 4 is also the possibility, and 12 into 1 is also the possibility for the number 12, right? And these arrangement in turn can itself be arranged as 6 into 2, 4 into 3, and 1 into 12. Means to write the number, or we can say to arrange the number of students which were 12, there were 3 possibilities. What were those? 2 into 6 means 2 rows 6 columns, 3 rows 4 columns, or 12 rows 1 column. But these 3 possibilities in itself has 2 possibilities. What are those? These integer numbers can be interchanged. Or in other words, we can say the rows and the columns are interchangeable. That is, this can also be the case that there are 6 rows 2 columns instead of 2 rows 6 columns. There is also the possibility that there are 4 rows 3 columns, and also there is a possibility that there is 1 row and 12 columns. Okay, so this is how we have arranged the students in rows and columns, or we can say the number of students in each row and the number of rows. So keeping this in mind, now we will be solving this problem. So in order to solve this problem, first we will let there are x number of students in a row. That we are assuming that there are x number of students in each row. Also, let there are y number of rows. Okay. And in each row, how many students are being standing? X number of students. So the total number of students can be found by multiplying the number of students in each row and the number of rows. Exactly. So what it will be? It will be x into y. Means the total number of students in a class comes out to be x into y. And if we put the condition of this arrangement, that is, if 3 students are extra in a row, means now we are putting the condition that if we add 3 students in each row, so now the total number of students in a row will be x plus 3, right? And also it's been given that if 3 students are extra in a row, there would be 1 row less. Means if earlier there were y rows, now the number of rows will be y minus 1. But as we know, the total number of students still remains the same. There is only the arrangement difference between the two. That is, xy will be same as that of x plus 3 into y minus 3. because the total number of students does not changes by changing the arrangement. So we can equate it as x plus 3 into y minus 1 is equals to xy. So this will be the first linear equation. And the second linear equation can be formed from the second condition being imposed over the arrangement of the students in a class. So what it's been given that if 3 students are less in a row means now we are reducing the students by 3 in each row. So now the number of students in a row will be x minus 3, right? And there would be 2 rows more. If earlier there were y rows, now there will be y plus 2 rows. Means the number of rows increases by number 2. But again, the total number of students in a class remains same as those were earlier. There is only the difference in the arrangement of the students, not in the number of the students. So, x minus 3 into y plus 2 will still be the same as x into y. So, simplifying it, what we'll be getting is xy minus x plus 3y minus 3 is equals to xy. Xy cancel out. And from here, we will be getting is xy plus 2x minus 3y minus 6 is equals to xy. Again, xy cancel out on both the sides. Okay, so here we will be obtaining the two linear equations. What are those? Minus x plus 3y minus 3 is equals to 0, and the second equation is 2x minus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. So these are the two linear equations being obtained. Now what will be our next step? To get the value for x and y variable. And as we know, the linear equations can be solved by three methods. It is three algebraic methods: cross multiplication, elimination and substitution. So we can use either of these methods. Let me be using the elimination method. And if I focus over the variable y in these two linear equations, I'll see that the numerical coefficient of the y in both the equation is same. That is 3 and 3. So what I'll be doing, I'll be adding the first equation. Let me mark this equation to be the first and this be the second linear equation. So I'll be adding first linear equation with the second linear equation. So equations will be minus x plus 3y minus 3 is equals to 0, and the second linear equation will be 2x minus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. So on adding them, I'll be getting x minus 9 is equals to 0, or from here x value comes out to be equal to 9. Now substitute this value of the x in any of the equation, either first or second choice is being yours. So let me substitute this value in the first equation. So it will be minus 9 plus 3y minus 3 is equals to 0. From here, 3y comes out to be equal to 12, or we can write y is equals to 4. So we have obtained the value for the variable x as well as for the variable y, which is 9 and 4 respectively. And as we know that the number of students in a class is equals to x into y, so substituting the value of the x and y over here, it will be 9 into 4, which we know 9 into 4 comes out to be equal to 36. So the total number of students in a class are 36 number of students. Right. So this is the answer of this question, the fourth of exercise 3.7. I hope this question is clear to all of you.